If you've ever pitched your IT services and got stonewalled with, we're fine for now, this video is for you. You see, most people, most MSPs try to sell too soon. And I'll show you how to get the prospect talking first so that you don't have to guess their problems. We're actually going to get them to tell you their problems so that way you can actually sell to their problems. How are you doing? My name is Harrison Barrett from growth-generators.com. We help MSPs grow, just like this video, right? We're going to teach you how to sell services. We're going to teach you how to build an unlimited amount of leads. And as you grow and build your MSP business, we're going to help you with operations. As you can see, some changes are slowly taking place here at the home office. I have not recorded yet at the new office. I was waiting for a surge protector. And honestly, it's just easier to record sometimes at home. But I promise you, they are coming with a video very, very soon. But that's not what today's video is about. Today's video is about sales. And if you want to learn more about us, learn more about selling MSP services, go to growth-generators.com. We even have resources, growth-generators.com/resources. We have battle cards, objection handling worksheets that you can quite literally read, memorize, and use in the field, MSP sales sheets. There is truly a ton in here. So if you want to learn more, growth-generators.com and the resources/resources. So let's talk about why this matters, right? Why getting the prospect to actually tell us the pain that they're having actually matters. Because yes, we probably kind of understand that, but by the end of this video, you will fully understand them. But here's the thing, right? Prospects, they just don't trust you yet, right? I know it, right? I have my little white gloves here. You want to come in and provide white glove service. But the thing is they don't trust you, right? And they're bombarded by cold calls, they're bombarded by LinkedIn messages, cold emails for the crazy people out there doing that. But it's annoying. They're just consistently getting hammered with all of these things. And if we don't understand their pain, we can't help sell to their pain, right? And if they don't feel like us, we actually understand their pain, then they won't actually listen. Even if we know that our solution, right, our white glove solution is perfect. And this is really important because when you get people to tell you what's actually broken in their business, they sell themselves on actually fixing those problems. It's making people aware of those problems. And that's the most important part about all of this. We need them to say it so they actually become aware. And then they, in a weird way, actually trust us because we're listening and not talking. I promise it actually works here. So I want to give you some of the framework that you can actually use to start succeeding with this. And it's kind of three different steps throughout the process, right? One is priming. I'm a big fan of priming. You prime an engine in many cases. We have to prime the conversation. We have to set the tone. I think a lot of people are really corporate, and that actually, in many cases, works against you. Not all cases. There are certain times when being corporate or really, really professional does play a part, but I think you have to be a bit casual. It's a casual conversation. The goal is to figure out if we're a good fit for them and if they're a good fit for us, right? That's the whole point. And you want to talk about a conversation first type of strategy, right? Hey, just curious, what kind of IT setup are you guys running right now, right? Let them tell you. You don't want to have a yes or no question. Do you like your current provider? Yes or no? You know, talk to me. Talk to me, Goose, right? We want to get people talking to that. And we want to avoid going straight to the pitch because if we go straight to the pitch, it's too early and it can throw the whole thing off. We want to just get that person talking and we want to start making them feel comfortable, right? Try to think about it. You're meeting them for coffee and not trying to sell them and take all of their money on the first date. That's the most important thing. And you're not trying to take all their money. You're trying to take as much money as you need to solve their problems, right? Now, step two, we want to ask pain-free questions. I think this differentiates ourselves, right, here at MSP Heroes or Growth Generators than most of the other people out there is because it's really important to ask pain-free questions, not the, what's driving you crazy. You're going to get there, but not yet. We want them to feel comfortable. We want them to open up to us and start talking to us. And some of these questions that I'm about to give you are going to help you tremendously. Now, this is the part of the video where I tell you, hey, one, hit that likes button, subscribe button, notification bell, but two, run and grab a pencil or a pen or a dry erase marker and start writing things down because it's important, right? How's everything running? Has everything been running lately? It's just a very neutral question. There's no right or wrong. They might be like, they might start with the bad, which is fantastic, right? But they might be like, you know what? I've walked into dozens of meetings, sales meetings specifically, where they're like, nah, everything runs great. Just it's good, right? Amazing, right? And then as you progressively go and you ask one of these questions, what's been the most frustrating part of, your IT this year, right? I know that everything's great, but I'm sure some things probably happened, right? I mean, even my car is great, but I still have to change the oil. I get a flat tire every once in a while. So what's been going on? I mean, I'm sure that I'm here for a reason, right? What's been the most frustrating thing so far? And if there's one thing that you wish your IT guy or MSP that you're working with did better, what would that be in your eyes, right? What do you think that would be? And as you can tell, we're slowly just dialing the pain up, right? Dialing the issues up a little bit. And we want to stop in between these questions. Whether I don't have my bottle of water here, but whether it's drinking some water or just letting 3 to 5 seconds pass, it's really important. It gives the prospect time to respond to you, right? And tell you all of these things. You can't jump on it and say, hey, how's everything been running lately? What's been the most frustrating part about your IT this year? Because you're nervous. Calm down. We have to be professional salespeople because our customer is not a professional buyer. So, what's been the most frustrating thing about your IT this year? Feels like an eternity, doesn't, right? If there was one thing that you wish your IT guy could just do better, right? Or it drives you nuts that they're not doing right. What is it and why, right? Let me hear it. And they're going to just start vomiting all of the trash out. And you're just going to, hopefully, you have the little plod device. I'll leave a link down below, right? And somebody was like, oh, you're a sellout. You're pushing this. I make like $3 if you buy one of these. It's just truly $3 is not going to make or break my life, but it is truly the best sales tool ever. I wish I got the pin, but this is fantastic as well, right? But you want to be recording that so you can go back and digest it later. But you want to listen and be in the moment, right? And how do you handle things like backup, security, support currently, right? Do you have them doing it? Do you know that they're doing it? You can kind of lead them to answers if you kind of hear some good stuff, but you want to make sure that they're all open-ended questions. No yes or no questions. That's the last thing you could ever want when it comes to these questions. Now, step 3, the most important part about all of this. If you've made it this far, I hope I've at least earned a like button, right? You have to mirror and echo, right? I'm a big fan of mirroring. I've recently heard of echoing, and it's something I've done. I just never knew that there was an actual name for it in the sales thing. But you want to show that you're actively listening, and you want to use phrases like, got it, or I understand, right? So what you're saying is your backup system is, for lack of a better term, a mess. Or so what you're saying is your backup, you're not exactly sure what's happening. You don't even know if it's fully backed up. Does that make sense? And then once again, silence. Let them feed you the data, right? Hey, can you tell me, more about what happened there? Now you're kind of you're echoing. You want them to you want them to know that you're hearing them, and then you're going back. Now, the mirroring part of this whole thing is you have to listen to how they're saying it and the expressions that they have, right? Are their hands folded? Are they in the pocket? Are they frustrated because of this whole thing? Are they talking really fast? Right? Are they really angry about it? Right? And you want to kind of channel a little bit about that. They're like, I'm so annoyed that my backup, I don't know if it's being backed up. I can see how it's frustrating. That actually makes me angry that you don't know, because that's their job, is to make sure that you're paying them money, you should know where it's being backed up, right? And then I immediately get angry with them, right? Because I'm mirroring them. And I'm also kind of a little angry because I want truly all MSPs to do the right thing across the board. Even when I'm selling MSP services, I want MSPs to be great people helping great businesses, right? So mirroring and this echoing, where you're listening and then repeating kind of a bit of what they said, helps build trust and encourage them to keep talking, right? Because they're going to be like, I'm so frustrated, I don't know where my data is being backed up. I totally get that. But and I would be pissed too, right? What else is going on, right? And then just that what else is going on, they're already getting angrier, right? And I don't want to just make people angry, but I do want them to just keep laying out all of their dirty laundry that I'm going to use as ammunition for that sale later on. And then last but not least, the fourth kind of step with this is, once again, letting that silence work, right? Most MSPs, like I said, talk too much. But as you're going through this, and it's important, that's why I've repeated it, right? I'm echoing it, maybe is the right term. You gotta let there be silence. Think about when you're having a conversation with your friend. You tell your friend something, and then they tell you things back. Shut up and let them think. They need time to answer. And if you ask great questions, they might need a couple seconds to get the wheels turning. Remember, they're running a business. They probably have a million things going on in their brain. They need some time to actually do it. Now, those are the core parts of the questioning. But after you do that, you want to start to take a second and loop back to the value that you're going to provide. But you can only do this after you understand the pain that they are currently experiencing. Once you understand the pain, only then can you introduce how your MSP, the MSP watching this and hopefully hitting that like button, can solve their problems. That's the most important part. You mentioned your guy takes days to respond. What we do is we give our clients quite literally same day support. We will take your call within 15 seconds. Most issues get resolved in your data, right? An hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever it is. Most issues, 80% of our issues get resolved within 15 minutes. Amazing. That's bragging. But now you've asked this prospect questions. You've gotten to be a little more casual. Now you've gotten them all hot and bothered because they're remembering all the times that they've been pissed at their current provider, or just maybe they didn't even have a provider. You got them potentially a little angrier, right? But you had to get more information, because if they're just like, yeah, I'm kind of upset that my backup doesn't really work, or I don't know, but the data's going, right? Then they're not that angry. The angrier they are, the more excited they're going to be to fix their problems. Truthfully, it's really, really important. And then you can go through and stop talking for a minute and then loop back and provide the value. This is going to help make sales infinitely easier. I promise you that one. But you have to make sure you follow all of the steps in this video. You might need to watch this video a couple different times. So you're probably going to want to save it to your save watch later, or whatever it is. But this alone, I could tell you that this is one of the best videos I've made, and I should have made it with like a full shelf of all of the things. But hey, I appreciate you being here. I promise you this works, because this is exactly what I used to do on many, many calls, with some other steps involved, but this is truly the core of it. If you can master this and practice this in a real world scenario, whether it's your friends that own businesses or just you meeting with prospects and practicing this process, I can guarantee you, you are going to close significantly more sales, because now that prospect is telling you the pain. They feel like they can actually trust you. And when they feel like they're going to trust you, people buy from people they know, people they like, and people they trust. They trust you because they told you all of the problems. They know you because you didn't come in like a pompous jerk. You came in like a friend, and they like you because you are listening. And people statistically like people that listen to them. If you ever want to get somebody to like you, stop talking and let them talk. And they're going to be like, wow, that person's so great because you were just the sponge and they got to speak the whole time. That is truly a know, like, trust. You will close more deals. You're going to hear more pain. It's the best process. I love the heck out of you guys as always. Videos are coming back. I'm super excited. Like I said, I may turn this. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. It's a little short to the wall here. I might have to move my desk back. I don't know. I'm still taking things from my home office and bring them to my actual office here, and I have to organize and whatnot. But great things are coming. I love you guys as always. Thank you so much for allowing me to do what I, in a weird way, truly love to do because this is super fun. And I wish you nothing but success in your MSP journey. As always, love you guys. I'll see you in the next one.